the track Walk That Path Alone is it's really like Entombed kind of Motorhead influence, with really dirgy but still thrashy type of song. This was one of the first songs I wrote for the Jasta project, and it was a song that I played out when we did the Jasta shows back in 08 and 09, and it got a great reaction live, so I wanted to make sure that it went on the record. Plus it's one of the heavier types of tracks, which I do want to make sure that fans of Hatebreed and Kingdom of Sorrow do have some stuff on this record that they enjoy. So I definitely wanted to start out with a real, punch in the face on this record. But this song's about people who are on a negative path in life, and sometimes you have to separate yourself from them because you can get sucked into that path. And I just wanted to have a song saying, this is how I express my feelings towards this negative energy and the people that are on this, this really destructive path. And I think a lot of people can relate to a song like this. The song More in the Illusion was actually based on a dream that I had, and it was a recurring dream. A lot of the stuff had changed throughout the years, but and I touched a little bit on this on the Kingdom of Sorrow Behind the Blackest Tears album. I had a figure that would visit me at night, and I thought it was in dreams. I used to think that it was actually like a real sort of demon that was trying to like attack me, basically. But one of the dreams I had, I was looking in the mirror, but I couldn't, I had just black in my eyes, and I couldn't see my own eyes. I just had black holes, and I was like actually putting my hands into my eyes. So there's a line in the song that says, I gouged my eyes from the inside, because when I reached into my eye, I could feel another hand touching my hand as I was reaching into it, and it was fucked up. I woke up and I had like sleep paralysis, like I couldn't move, I couldn't scream, and it just always stuck with me. But I thought maybe this is like some sort of ghost or some sort of spirit, trying to communicate with me somehow. So that's the basic inspiration for that song. Next song I'm going to tell you about is called Something You Should Know. I actually wrote this song for a really big artist who liked one of the parts, but it wasn't working out as far as producing this song for another artist. And I started singing the vocals, and it sounded really good, and my engineer and Nikki, who also played drums on the record, who was helping me produce the vocals, said, you should just track this song and maybe put it out one day. And as the song grew and became better and better, I said, you know what, I'm going to put this on the Jasta album, even though it's a very different style of song that I'm not used to doing. It's a really catchy, cool song, which I think has a good message. The song says there's something you should know. What you said's brought me to the end of my rope. And basically it's like people being too judgmental of themselves. And like in my own experiences, I'm always my own worst enemy or my own worst critic. So it's like a reminder to myself to not be so harsh and to just, go with the flow and not be so judgmental. Because if you can't respect yourself or care about yourself, then you're not going to be able to respect or care about anyone else. And that's basically the message of the song. And I played it to Phil Labonte from All That Remains, and he was really into it and thought it was a really catchy, good rockin' track, and he ended up doing some vocals on it, and I think it came out really cool. So check it out. The next song I'm going to tell you about is called The Fearless Must Endure. I've been a huge Black Label Society fan since the beginning, and just a fan of Zakk Wylde for years and years and years, and I always thought that it was really awesome that he branched off and did solo records and was so productive with it. I mean, the guy was putting out like a record a year for a long time, and I booked him way back when in Waterbury, Connecticut. It's probably like 97 or 98, and I want to say it was either on the Sonic Brew tour or maybe even Book of Shadows. But I thought, man, this is so cool that all these Ozzy fans showed up to see him, and he invited me on the bus, and I was just a promoter, and he was really cool, and that was really inspiring for me to see that he could be in Ozzy, traveling the world, being one of the biggest known, most recognizable guitar players and most respected guys in metal, and then still be so down to earth and be respected, you know, trying to branch out and do his solo thing and having different influences. I mean, everything from different like ballads and acoustic songs, and it's just, you know, he's one of the main inspirations behind the Jasta project as a whole, because he'll always be Ozzy's guitar player to me, but he established himself as a solo artist in a really great way, and I really respect it. So this song, you know, is dedicated to him and is inspired by him, and that's why I call it "The Fearless Must Endure." Because if you ever want to achieve great things, you can't, you know, worry about what people are going to think about you. And being in the metal community or being in the hardcore scene for many years, you know, that was the main thing that we always, you know, said was like, screw what everybody else thinks about us. We're going to pave our own path and we're going to make our own way. And who cares if other people are judgmental of us? And that's what this song is about, basically, is all the people that are going to be judgmental of you whenever you try to do something that's, you know, on your own path or on your own way in life. So when Zach agreed to do the solo, I was completely honored and just blown away. And I think, you know, seeing as this is a song that's really inspired by like Motorhead and Black Label Society and Iron Maiden, it's just great to have him on the track, and it's a new style of singing for me, so hopefully you enjoy it.
There's just something you should know.